type of performance from
I feel like nothing really changed. A lot of people think, oh, you must have just changed like overnight. No. We changed up some things with the offense that needed to be changed, and that was a product of it. As you see the last couple weeks, we did that and had a lot of success.
What do you remember about that night? Because I guess, you'd had the experience at Florida and how that went, but I mean, it just seemed like nothing could go wrong, 63 points. What do you remember about that night?
Yeah, it was a surreal moment. I mean, just having fun out there. It was like being a kid again, just in that flow state, I like to call it, just picking and just going at them. I mean, it was a great night. Not just me, but the whole group, played at a high level, and we're trying to do that a lot this year.
Spencer, how much was the adjustment playing in the SEC after being at OU? And kind of what would you tell quarterbacks that are coming from the Big 12 into the SEC about style of play?
Yeah, I mean, football is football at the end of the day, but this conference is definitely the physicality. You can tell a difference. You're playing the best players every single week. Like I said, this is the closest thing to the NFL, and this is why I wanted to come here to compete with the best and improve myself as a player, and just it's been great.
What do you think of Dowell Loggains as a coach, and how might your offense look a little different?
Yeah, I've loved everything we've done. Dowell's a great guy. Obviously, coached quarterbacks for his whole career in the NFL. He's taught me a lot already in these few months, and I'm excited to get into camp with him here in 2 weeks.
Has the offense looked a little different in the spring?
Yeah. I can't say, but I like it a lot.
Do you think Oklahoma and Texas are ready for the adjustment to the SEC?
I mean, that's not for me to say. I think it's going to be fun to watch. I think it'll be good competition. But yeah.
Spencer, along those lines, you've been the elite of the elite as far as the recruit goes. You know what it's like to try and transition. What would you give advice to someone like Quinn Ewers, who has been that high, but what should he do to avoid pitfalls along the way?
I don't have that much advice. Everybody's journey is different. I don't control this, God does. God has me here for a reason, and I'm blessed to be here, grateful to be here. But like I said, everybody's journey is different. I would say just keep working hard. We're obviously all still working hard and trying to, achieve the same mission, if you know what I mean. So we all got our certain situations, but you just got to get through them.
Spencer, having gone through some of the early stages of the NFL draft process last year, just what was some of the feedback you got during that? And are there sort of specific things now this year that are a focus for you to show off to the scouts?
Yeah, no, I just think, definitely weighed the options out. I think there was more pros with coming back, obviously. I graduated in December, so I'll get my degree. That's something that will mean a lot to me and my family. So that was one. And I feel like we left a little on the table the year before, so I got a lot more to prove. I think that's why, me and Juice came back. We felt like we got something to prove, and that's what we're trying to do this year as a group.
Have you talked to Dowell much about just sort of, what the NFL level might look like and trying to incorporate any of those concepts this year?
I mean, we don't speak too much about that. We try to stay in the present, but obviously, those talks happen naturally. He's told me a lot of stories. Obviously he's had a lot of experience in the NFL, so just listening to him, hearing him out, but our main focus is this season, and this season only.
What have you thought of Trey Knox as a guy and as a teammate?
Trey Knox is an elite dude, great person, great heart, just very nice, funny, genuine guy, and he's a great player. So he's everything.
Spencer, about your first start, first college start, what was that like?
Let's see, I think it was 2020. We played Missouri State. I think I was 17 for 18, 4 touchdowns. It was a pretty clean game. But yeah, it was a good time.
Are you nervous at all?
Oh yeah, definitely a little anxiety, or not anxiety, just what's the word? Excitement. There we go. But yeah, excitement.
Spencer, what advice would you give to a quarterback transferring into the SEC? What do they do?
Like I said, I mean, just be ready to play some of the best defenses every single week. Prepare at a high level and enjoy it.
Spencer, when you kind of go through your decision to transfer from OU to South Carolina, what were some of the factors in that? And what was the transition like going from Big 12 school to an SEC school?
The factors for me when I was in the portal was obviously I knew Coach Beamer for some years now. He was with me at OU. I knew he was a great coach, great person. So that was number one. Another one was I wanted to play against the best competition, like I said, and prepare myself, obviously. And then I just wanted to I also transferred here with Austin Stogner, who was my teammate. That made it easier, and he ended up going back to OU. But yeah, like I said, I just wanted to be playing against the best and be with the best coaches. That's it.
Spencer, Coach Beamer said y'all need more consistency on offense this year. One, why is consistency something that maybe has eluded you during your career? And two, why do you think you can be more consistent this year?
Yeah, consistency is the number one thing that we need to have to be successful. So I think just repetitions in practice, really focusing in the film room, getting together as a group in the offseason like we're doing now and really focusing on the task at hand. But obviously during camp we have to perfect this stuff and be ready for week 1 versus UNC.
Does it feel different for you going into this year where you think, hey, I'm going to be able to play at a high level week in and week out than more so than you?
Yes. I got a year under my belt now, more comfortable in this conference. Obviously got a new OC, learning a new offense, but I feel like it's tailored perfectly for my game and the others around me for sure.
Spencer, first off, I got to recognize the chain. It's elite. No one's brought it up yet. I couldn't let you go without someone bringing it up. But I got a bit of a two-parter here. Obviously, you spent a couple years at Oklahoma in the Big 12, transferred over here to South Carolina in the SEC. What did you learn in your time in the Big 12 and at Oklahoma? And then what did you learn in the SEC that you didn't learn in the Big 12?
That's a long question. Good question. First off, thank you about the chain. Appreciate that. I'd say, at OU I had fun, had a great time. I was younger back then, just playing ball, having fun, learned a lot. Had a lot of experience, success, and adversity. I learned how to get through adversity at Oklahoma. And, obviously came out on the other side here at South Carolina. God has me here for a reason. I've been enjoying every moment of it. And I just learned how to become a better player, better person here at South Carolina.
When you sort of weigh the changes from going to a Big 12 school and SEC school, what was the difference in facilities and opportunities that you got as from an NIL perspective that was different from that experience and that
Yeah, I mean, you're going to have opportunity, wherever. That's a tough question to answer, but yeah, there's definitely opportunities at all different schools. It just depends kind of who you are and who you can get in contact with, I guess.
Spencer, what was it like before that South Carolina game, before the Tennessee game? Shane said that he had a conversation with you, just, hey, let it do.
Mm-hmm.
And then you obviously went out for the next 2 weeks and had the best performances of the season. Do you feel like that kind of gave you some confidence that maybe you didn't have earlier in the year, or was that just something you just needed to hear?
I mean, I definitely appreciate Coach Beamer for always believing in me, always. That's why I came here. I knew he was a great coach, loyal coach. He's always just told me, let it rip. I don't think a certain, saying or what he told me changed it instantly. But, I mean, obviously having that trust and belief from your coach helps a lot.
Spencer, y'all were one of the hottest teams in the country at the end of last year and impacted the college football playoff. But then a month later, you've got a couple of key players entering the transfer portal. What was that experience like for you, seeing some of these guys leave when y'all kind of had a really good thing going there at the end?
Mm-hmm. At the end of the day, it's all love to those guys that left, but that's their situation, and, that's their situation.
Spencer, can you talk about your relationship with Juice Wells?
Yeah, I met Juice last year on a visit. I was visiting for the first time here when I was in the portal, and I met him at the hotel and could just tell he was a competitor by the first time I looked at him, looked up his highlights and knew he was a dog and wanted to get him. So, obviously we had a good first year, but like I said, we just scratched the surface last year.
Spencer, there's a lot of questions at running back this year because of depth, not many scholarship guys. How does that change your role as a quarterback, knowing it's going to be maybe even more of you this year?
Yeah, I know there's a lot of doubt with the running back position, but me personally, I have total belief in these guys. DK, you guys know how he is. He's, gratitude. He's got everything. He's a great leader. He's got the whole package. He's been a receiver, quarterback. He's been through the fire. So, I got complete trust in him. He's looking good right now. Juju McDowell, you guys know about him. Obviously, quick guy, explosive player. And then Mario Anderson. You haven't seen any of him yet, but he's a bulldozer, strong back. He'll be another compliment to our offense for sure.
Does it help knowing that DK's had that athlete role and been in a QB a few times to know that he knows what he's doing back there?
Definitely. We have trust in him 100%.
Spencer, you guys finished really strong last year. How do you handle expectations moving into 2023?
You just got to prepare. You can't listen to outside noise. We just got to prepare within our unit, within our group, within our team, and believe what we believe in, and just work hard every single day.
Spencer, obviously
was made about streamlining this offense with Coach Loggains coming in. How's that process gone, and what does that maybe look like to a fan?
It's gone really smooth. I think this offense complements our strengths very well, and the product on the field should look pretty good.
What does a streamlined offense just look like in terms of getting a play calling, getting personnel moving? When it's operating at max capacity, what does that mean?
Oh, it's a pro style offense.
Spencer, obviously you're very familiar with Oklahoma. Just what are your impressions of them headed to the SEC, and is that a program that you think can compete in the conference?
Yeah, I think it's a good move. SEC is the biggest conference. Like I said, I think it adds more competition. So yeah.
Spencer, obviously, in quarterback rooms, there's always a lot of competition. As a guy who's competed for a starting spot in the past, I guess just how do you kind of maintain being a leader while also being a guy that's trying to earn playing time and beat out other guys? How do you kind of stay a leader throughout that process?
Oh, like you talking about now or in the past?
In the past.
Oh, yeah. Well, I learned a lot from Jalen Hurts. I came in as a freshman and just had my head down, watched him work, watched how he did his thing. And, I try to just learn from that and put it in my own experiences. We got great young guys right now, Lenora Sellers, Tanner Bailey, a lot of young guys that look up to me and Luke Doty, and we help them out a lot as much as we can, and it's like a family in there. So you really just got to stay on your path, respect the dudes that you're battling versus, but yeah, just enjoy the process.
What are one of the biggest things you learned from your time at Oklahoma that you took to South Carolina this past year?
Yeah, good question. I learned about how to get through adversity, how to handle success. From an early age, I've been around all that. But yeah, I'd say definitely handling success and adversity. That's what taught me a lot. Now I'm here at South Carolina and just grateful.
You mentioned Jalen Hurts. What was that process like watching him come over from Alabama?
Just watching him work, watching his just demeanor on how he treated everybody, how he worked. That's pretty much it.
Spencer, you mentioned the challenge of playing quarterback in this SEC against these defenses. There's a lot of quarterbacks who've left now. Does it kind of feel like there's an opportunity to make an impression at that position in this league?
Humbly, I feel like I got, I can stack up with anybody in this league, quarterback wise. We still got a lot of work to do as a group. We got a lot to prove this year. Obviously didn't have the season we wanted last year. Had a good season, but not the way we wanted it. So as a group, we want to be better this year and keep striving just for perfection.
So this will be your first trip to Athens, being one of the top returning quarterbacks in the conference, and after what we saw Hendon Hooker do in Athens last year with the crowd noise, how do you expect that's going to play out for you this year?
I guess we'll just have to see. We still got to focus on week one.
Spencer, you mentioned sort of had attention as a young kid and dealing with that. What did that look like for you? What's that like to experience as a middle schooler, high schooler? And I guess how did you what were some of the things you learned from that?
Yeah, just, having that attention from a young age. I'm not mad about it. I'm grateful for it, grateful for those opportunities I've had as a young kid, and then also coming up through the ranks of college. I just love the experience that came with it, and you just learn a lot. It's been good. All right. We good?
Yes, there's another
7 minutes? Okay, cool.
What's something you're looking forward to in 2023? Whether it's someone you're playing, a stat that you want to hit, anything. On, off the field.
Something I'm looking forward to, just getting closer with the team. The days of, that mid-season when you're all tired, but we just push through. I like that feeling with the guys when we're pushing through and achieving some stuff.
Spencer, Shane's talked a lot about freshmen having to play a pretty much every single position. Who are some of the guys that we're not talking about right now that come September, October?
On the offensive side, you guys know about Nick Harbor. He'll be a weapon for us. I think Elijah Caldwell's a sleeper. He's came in. He's a great kid, listens, he's focused on the task at hand, and I think those two stand out. There will be plenty more. Off the top of my head, I can't think, but there'll be a lot.
Spencer, how do you feel like you've grown and developed on and off the field since your time at Northern?
I mean, obviously it's been about 2 years since I've been there. So, I mean, I've obviously grown since then. Yeah.
Tell us a little about this necklace you're wearing.
I got it in 2020. Last name Rattler. It's a rattlesnake.
Yeah.
You know. So.
Spencer, wanted to ask you this. You've had obviously ups and downs and highs and lows, but the college experience is so unique. Have you been able to just kind of take time and enjoy it along the way? Because you only get this at one part of your life.
Most definitely. You have to enjoy it. You got to enjoy the process, the grind. That's the biggest thing.
Spencer, what's the biggest adjustment you've had to make coming to such a competitive conference like the SEC, and what do you feel like stands out about this conference?
I feel like the biggest adjustment I made was my body since coming from my last school, even from last year. You know, I'm about 215 right now, feeling strong, feeling quick. Body's felt better than ever, so I think that's a big adjustment just with the physicality and everything like that.